Hi guys, how are you? This is going to be my kind of last walk through the garden before I start, before fall starts coming in. I'll start tearing this stuff down before an awful long time. This is my flower garden. Those of you who saw any of the first videos, it looked like a bunch of weeds, but it came out all right. And I just picked the last of the corn. I ended up with about 5 bushels. I got a pile of it frozen, and I've been canning it. And anybody that's ever canned corn knows it's a lot of work, and it doesn't really go that far. But I got quite a bit canned, and I got 2 more bushels now that I just picked off here. And you could still go down through here and pick probably a 5-gallon bucket full of beans, easy. And I've canned 64 pints of beans. I've given them away. I've eaten 1 million. I mean, I don't walk by here, but I eat about, a big handful. And they're just still completely loaded. I canned almost 40-something pints of beets, and now I'll show you this. Now, I took one of these and quartered it last night and baked it along with some other fresh vegetables, and it was absolutely delicious. But look at this. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's as big as a softball. There's another one on the ground over here. And I don't have any use for them. I'm going to try to get a hold of a friend of mine that has hogs, or if I want to set up, start a fire out here and boil a great big pot full of them, the chickens will eat them if they're cooked. They would just peck at them when they're raw. They don't really get into them. Anyway, there's a whole pile of them here. And these guys have just been munching out big time. There's been so much, from now until the snow blows, they have so much food, so much, they eat all of this stuff, My bees, I came over here last night and this whole outside of this thing was covered with bees. Now, I don't know if it was a swarm that followed a queen over here or what the deal is, but there's actually more there right now than there usually is, like, gathered around. I got the shit stung out of me last night too. They were aggressive, and my bees aren't aggressive. But then I come over this morning, and they seem to have come out of it. Anyway, a lot of food has come out of here, I'll tell you that. And there's still a bunch of potatoes to dig. I've made, I don't even know how, I've lost track of how many jars of different kinds of pickles I've made. And I'm still getting cucumbers. There's one right there. I mean, they're still, they're still loaded, actually. They come all the time. Now I got a lot of these little melons here, which I hope the vines will support them. I know the old trick of pantyhose and all that, but I haven't got time to deal with it. Got a ton of all different kinds of squash, and I got this big old melon here hanging. It's a rugged branch. That's probably, softball and a half, maybe, type size. I got a whole bunch of good little pears. Peaches off my peach tree. This tree here I'm not too pleased with, although it is putting out fruit. But I got a load of the little pears off here, little flat pears, peaches, and they were so good. And this little tree is pretty good and loaded. And a couple of these have ripened earlier than the rest, and I've eaten them, and they're just delicious. My compost, which I have done some work on it recently, but it's been hot recently, but I'll be hard on this fall. Come fall, these will all be completely filled. This over here is my girlfriend's Indian corn. You can see it. She got enough of it for a whole damn tribe. My last cabbage, Something got in there. I don't know if it's rabbits or what the hell it is, but I figured they could have it. Man, I've let the cabbage moths go crazy. If you see, these are all broccoli that have gone to seed, are going to seed, and my bees just love it. They are just covered. You can probably hear them. Anyway, I lost track of how much broccoli. You know, I froze, I don't know, 60 packs. And I got a ton of all different kinds of peppers. Just all kinds. I found and ate the largest green pepper I've ever eaten in my life yesterday. Just huge. It was about, I don't know, 10 inches long and probably at the top about 5 inches in diameter. And all this is, you know, I'll stop pulling stuff up. These sunflowers are pretty gone by. There's all different kinds of stuff in here. So that'll be interesting. These sunflowers reach 14 feet tall. They're my tallest ones. Of course, peas have all long since been harvested. I got a huge amount of peas. I made a lot of rhubarb jelly and froze a bunch of rhubarb. This is a combination of potatoes and a volunteer tomato plant that just spread everywhere. These are all, anything you see that looks like a tomato plant is all volunteers. All these sunflowers are volunteer. Chard, over there is monster chard. That's all chicken feed. I mean, they'll be eating this stuff until the snow blows or the first freeze. This is more sprawling bush tomatoes just everywhere. I've gotten a pile of tomatoes already, and hell, they're just starting really. I've been just making tomato juice with them. And all down through here is all these peppers. These peppers are 4 feet tall. But you can see, like right here, here's a couple. And they're just everywhere. There's a whole bunch. As a matter of fact, I grabbed a hold of a habanero thinking it was a little green pepper the other day. I found it on the ground and started chewing on it. And buddy boy, and this corn here, I just went down through. We've been eating this when we cook over here. We've been kind of hitting this bunch up here. But I don't have any baby finches this year. Yeah, it's just like a jungle in here. It's really crazy. But a tremendous amount of food's come off here. I know that. Just a huge amount. I have more food than most. I could feed a family if I could fight for about 3 years. And if I got real hungry, I could fish in here and get my little fish. There's 7 bass in here. And this is my hang. One of my little kittens. What are you doing? I got 2 of them. I haven't seen the other one in a few days. So I don't know where she is. But this one almost died twice. I was just about dead. I had to bottle feed her. High-tech mother's milk. And my little finches, they've been sitting on eggs here all spring and summer, but they haven't had any babies. Wood piles that need to be split. There's plenty to do around here. I'm gonna see if I can't shoot it in the shop and show you what this is all about. There's a whole story behind this building. It didn't cost me a dime. As a matter of fact, I got paid to fully insulate it, rewire it, put new windows and doors, and put plywood on it. And then it was given to me. And I drug it over here and, in fact, poured concrete inside of it. But it's just my hang. And this garage door over here opens up into the greenhouse. So this is all open all winter, and I heat it I start my first season in December. and it's heated off from then on. But anyway, so that's it. That pretty much covers it. I'll probably shoot one more video right before the snow blows, and when everything's done, and you know, I've added all the compost and all the mulch and done everything that I do for the winter. And until then, peace, love. I will talk to you later. I have bushels. I got a pile of it frozen, and I've been canning it. And anybody that's ever canned corn knows it's a lot of work, and it doesn't really go that far. But I got quite a bit canned, and I got 2 more bushels now that I just picked off here. And you can still go down. This is my flower garden. Those of you who saw any of the first videos, it looked like a bunch of weeds, but it came out all right. And I just picked the last of the corn. I ended up with about 40-something pints of beets, and now I got, I'll show you this. Now I took one of these and quartered it last night and baked it along with some other fresh vegetables, and it was absolutely delicious. But look at this. Through here and pick probably a 5-gallon bucket full of beans, easy. And I've canned 64 pints of beans. I've given them away. I've eaten 1 million. I mean, I don't walk by here, but I eat about, a big handful. And they're just still completely loaded. I canned almost 50. Hi guys, how are you? This is going to be my kind of last walk through the garden before I start, before fall starts coming in. I'll start tearing this stuff down before an awful long time.